PS Crypto, hello. So, in the previous video, we analyzed the Bitcoin price when it was about $63,000, and we said that I think it's going to go down to $58,000. And indeed, it has gone down to that level and bounced off of it. Will this bounce be sufficient for us to move on and go to new all-time highs? Well, let's dive in. Let's look at the monthly chart first. And at the monthly chart, as we mentioned last time, this could be forming a large cup and handle, which is not good news for short-term traders, because that would basically mean that we go back down to about the $50,000 range. But it's good news for long-term holders because it would be a catapulting event for us to move on to new all-time highs before the end of the year. Looking at and of course, we mentioned last video that the $58,000 support is based on this chart, the long-term chart. We disregarded the $64,000 as support. We mentioned that $58,000 is a support, and if you look at the weekly chart, it is pretty strong support. All this action right here is about $58,000. This is pretty strong support. It will take much to break below it. And looking at the daily chart, we see some cause for concern here. We did break down below some pretty important moving averages. But if we were to give a bullish scenario, we could potentially see here sort of an inverse head and shoulders forming. Let's get the pen out and see. Something like this, right? That could be a potential. Maybe this is a double bottom. We could bounce off of that. But for the time being, let's keep it level-headed and look where the breakout points are going to be. Find them, understand where we might go next. In my opinion, I think we'll break down at least to $55,000 before we bounce up from that. That's just my opinion, guys. And this is a point in the chart, or a point for Bitcoin, where we don't honestly understand or know exactly where it's going to go. There aren't clear indicators. There are indicators pointing in opposite directions. So also, yeah, another indicator that a lot of people are sharing is this head and shoulders pattern. Let's get the pen out. This head and shoulders pattern, they're saying if this breaks, then we are in a load of trouble, or at least for the short term. And yeah, that definitely needs to hold for us to bounce off of it. So just know that in the next couple of days, we'll know exactly what's going to happen. For me, I'm leaning more towards a dip. I think, in my opinion, we'll see one final dip before a really massive run before the end of the year. And if you remember from my previous videos, I gave a $75,000 all-time high before the end of the year, and we're on pace for that. Okay, that's all I have for you. Thank you. Bye.